Hello and welcome, friends. I hope everyone is ready to fight.
I'll be honest, I have no idea what we're fighting about today because I haven't looked at the document.
Incredible. Well, I've got
Just
everything
got home.
locked and loaded.
Cool. I'll take your word for it.
But before we get into that, how's it going, bestie?
Fine. Fine.
Doesn't sound fine.
I'm having a time right now.
Oh
as
dear.
I'm trying to pull up the document. Yeah, I ran a trail race like almost 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I had coated myself in bug spray, I thought, but either I didn't do it as good of a job as I thought with the bug spray, or maybe it was like older and ineffective. I don't know, but I got some bug bites. And here's the thing. Most people, they get some bug bites. It's like, oh, that's annoying for a couple days. And then it's fine. Except my immune system is stupid.
Ah.
And its perception was, we are under attack and we must do everything we can. So yeah, I am covered in hives.
Oh no.
All over my arms and legs. It's super itchy. I've been to the doctor. They prescribed me multiple medications. Nothing is helping.
Oh no.
So I'm trying my best here to not fidget and scratch, and so I'm gonna try my best. But I am miserable. I haven't slept in almost 2 weeks because all I can do is lay there and itch.
I'm so sorry. That is terrible.
Yeah, so that's why I am very much struggling right now. And particularly sitting still is really difficult because then it's, at least when I'm moving, I'm doing things.
Well, hopefully doing
much.
a podcast will be marginally distracting for you.
I hope. But I'm going to be fidgeting a lot and bouncing and trying to keep myself from scratching.
So. That's okay. I understand.
Which is why I just got home, because I was out and about all day trying to,
get things
sorted.
Went
to the zoo.
Oh?
Yeah.
How was that?
It was fine. It's a very small zoo we have here. I haven't been in several years, and I was like, yeah, I'll just... Well, I didn't go by myself. It was somebody else's idea. So my friend was like, you want to go to the zoo? I'm like, yeah, sure. Why not? Random Wednesday.
Lattice? We're doing pretty good. Or Brooks is dying of hives, but other than that, okay. And we are from the great state of New York.
We sure are. Very different parts of it, but
indeed.
New York nonetheless. Opposite ends of it, almost.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, you got a bunch of questions for today. I was going to propose one related to my current predicament. Maybe it wouldn't take that long, though.
I mean, I'm down to hear it.
Because I was sort of having this argument with somebody earlier. Oh, Iran, cool. I love when we get people from outside the U.S.
Yeah, it's fun.
Thanks for participating in chat.
Yes, thanks for tuning in.
I lost my train of thought. Oh, did you want me to ask the question, or would you like to share how you were doing?
I mean, I'm doing pretty good. I didn't go to work today because I had a late night last night. Why did you have a late night last night, Bridget? You ask. Because I went and saw Evanescence.
Oh, right. You sent me the text saying you saw somebody in a Berserk shirt.
Yes, Berserk shirt spotted at the Evanescence concert. But I live near the Saratoga Performing, or I'm like an hour-ish away from the Saratoga Performing Arts Center, and Evanescence was there with Nova Twins and Spirit Box. I was already a Spirit Box fan, and I knew of Evanescence because I have been alive in like the 2000s.
Yeah, I was gonna say they were
pretty ubiquitous.
They had the one really big hit, and then like one that was sort of a bigger hit, and then I think that was largely it, though.
But had a blast. Was a wonderful time. I got an Evanescence patch for my battle jacket. Or actually, I think this one's going to go on my battle vest because the vest is like only things I've gotten at shows. Spirit Box played Holy Roller and I lost my mind because I love that song. So that was fun. We were like, have you ever been to SPAC?
No.
Okay. It's like this like amphitheater. Have y'all ever seen Behemoth? I have not seen Behemoth. I really don't listen to them all that much. I have found that like I tend not to get as into like black metal as I do other sort of subgenres, but maybe that's just because I haven't explored black metal as much either. Um, are you guys metalheads? I am. She is more of a punk.
Yes. Always a punk rock girl.
But what was I saying? So it's like this amphitheater that has a lawn and also has this indoor portion that's like covered, and there's a balcony in the indoor portion. We were all the way in the last row of the balcony, and Amy Lee can fucking sing. Like that woman has a power.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree. They're not quite my thing, but
that was awesome. And here's the thing that was kind of weird. They obviously played Bring Me to Life, you know, that like Wake Me Up Inside song.
Yeah, that's their big hit, yeah.
Yeah, their big hit. And a bunch of people, after that song played, just got up and left. And there were like no, and there were like 6 songs left. Because it wasn't the closer.
They just wanted the one.
Yeah, they just left. And the thing is, again, we were all the way in the back row of the balcony, and our tickets cost like $100 each. So, and they were
I was
like
wondering, yeah.
They were like in front of us, like a couple sections in front of us. And I was like, okay, so I know y'all paid more, and you're leaving?
I'm surprised that wasn't like their last song or like an encore. I was
surprised they didn't close with that. They didn't do an encore, which is whatever. I was surprised they didn't close with that either. But I mean, I'm perfectly happy to hear it.
Yeah,
but yeah, that was the thing. That's a thing I don't understand. Leaving concerts early, like you paid for this. Get your money's worth.
Well, I mean, it's not even about the money. It's like you clearly liked this band enough to be here. Why would you not want to hear all the songs that you're going to play? Like, it was bizarre. Like, and I know sometimes you were like, oh, I want to beat the traffic. I'm like, I will sit, if it's a band I like, I will sit through all the traffic.
No, worth it.
I don't get that. Yeah.
But I went with Shannon because she is a much bigger Evanescence. She was allowed to like have a little bit of like an angsty emo phase as a child, whereas I was not. So she was like actively listening to Evanescence in middle school, whereas I did not really get to. But I went with Shannon and one of her friends, and we had a lovely time. So that was my night last night. And today has kind of just been chilling at home because I got back at like 1 a.m. So
nice.
That was fun, but that's pretty much all that I've been up to lately.
Yeah,
or like that's my only thing.
To the zoo and ate ramen.
Love that for you. Okay, so I want to get into the first thing that I have on the document, which isn't actually a question. I've made a PowerPoint because. Okay.
Yeah, so, I looked at the doc briefly. I have no idea what this is. So
okay, so. It is no secret that I am much more like chronically online. We'll get to that. That I am much more chronically online than you are. But
yes.
Bestie, have you been on Twitter at all lately?
Wait, what?
Have you been on Twitter at all within the past couple of weeks? Because there has been
not in the past few months.
Absolutely bizarre discourse going on Twitter about Victoria's Secret. And I have made a whole PowerPoint because I want you to understand the Victoria's Secret discourse, and then I want us to weigh in on it. So if you'll give me just a moment.
No. I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about, so.
If you'll give me just a moment to get my screen all settled. View.
To be honest, I don't care about what people say on the internet. It has pretty much no interest for me.
I look at it with a morbid fascination sometimes. Presenter invite.
I prefer spending time on my little hobbies.
That's fair, but sometimes I'm just bored. I'm just scrolling for no reason, which maybe I shouldn't, but whatever. Okay, share. Add to stage. The Victoria's Secret discourse. I'm
glad that it is somewhat appropriately colored. I don't think that's quite their shade of pink, right? But
I did my best. And all of the usernames and profile pictures and faces involved in this PowerPoint have been censored because the reason we're talking about this is not, oh, go dogpile on these people and like contribute to the discourse. I just want to discuss this. I don't want to like encourage people to go like stalk people or whatever. But this needs to be talked about.
It's about the topic, not the people.
Exactly. It's about the topic, not the people. Thank you. So let us begin.
Okay. I'm ready.
No, that's not what I asked. There we go. Okay. So we have the tweet that started it all. And if you can't read this, I'm going to read it for you. There is a screenshot of a TikTok that got posted to Twitter. And the TikTok screenshot says, "Can women stop bringing their grown-ass BFs into Victoria's Secret, please? I'm trying to shop comfortably." And then the TikToker captioned their video with, "If anything, it feels predatory." And this was posted to Twitter with the caption, "Victoria's Secret is literally a lingerie store for adults. What are we on about?" And people had opinions.
I already have an opinion. It's a very strong one.
We're going to get to that.
Just instantly.
The absolutely bizarre takes are as follows.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Adult women, yes. What is the purpose of a male in a shop that sells bras and panties? Any man with a modicum of respect for women would never enter a lingerie store. It's creepy as fuck. Make him wait outside.
I'm still holding back, right?
Yeah, honestly. Continue.
Okay.
Next. Not gonna lie, I kind of don't give a fuck if men are there personally, but the fact that y'all can't leave your boyfriends for 15 minutes and force them in spaces where women might feel vulnerable is crazy. Like, why is your boyfriend at a lesbian bar? Comparing Victoria's Secret, a retail store in the mall, to a lesbian bar is an insane take.
I was about to ask to verify that that is what they were implying, is that the Victoria's Secret is a lesbian bar. Okay.
Correct. And the colors here, like the color of the little sensor that I've put over the username and profile picture, they don't correspond to anything. There's some screenshots where there are like multiple people replying to the same tweet, and I have made them different colors for ease of like picking out who's saying what, but they don't actually mean anything. They're not like, I
wasn't even paying attention to the
they
colors.
aren't like assigned to specific people. Moving right along. She's right. The man will probably start staring at other women while they shop. They're awfully weird when it comes to lingerie places. Also, some couples use it as a foreplay thing, which is gross.
See, now I'm starting to have too many thoughts and opinions piling up, and I'm going to start forgetting them.
I mean, do you like, we can go back and hold on. I mean, share your thoughts, please. Honestly, that's probably a better way to approach it. Like to
share, because I don't know how many of these you have. Like how
I have a couple. Do you want to go back to any of the other ones?
Should we maybe do you want to just start at the beginning?
Okay. Yes. First bizarre take. What is your thoughts? Or what are your thoughts?
Lingerie is not gendered. And people do that, but it shouldn't be. It is clothing. It is not for women. It is for any human beings who want to buy it and wear it.
All clothing is unisex if you stop being a little bitch about it.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's like, honestly, that negates like so many of these comments.
It really does.
They're so entrenched in these societal views of what is for men, what is for women, and, you know, sexualizing women to the point where it's like, oh, only this kind of stuff is for women, not for men, right? Like, no, it's for everybody. It is for humans. It is clothing.
Agreed. Do you have anything else to say about this one?
So, yeah, because each one of these is bringing in a different element. So, like this one, any man with a modicum of respect for women would never enter a lingerie store.
That's
what
really
does that
weird
even
to me.
mean? You're not going to enter a retail establishment because you respect women too much?
Very strange.
I almost feel like staying out of it is less respectful. It's like, bitch, you don't affect me. I'm shopping.
Exactly. I think
Making
that a lot of
assumptions.
people on the internet spend way too much time thinking about other people.
They do. I mean, I care about other people to the extent that I am a nice person. I am considerate. I am empathetic.
Absolutely.
But do I give an absolute fuck about what they think of me? And like, oh, no,
Not even
I
a
do
little
not.
bit.
No. Yeah, I don't get that. Yeah, so calling it like creepy, no, but also make him wait outside. You don't control another human being.
Yeah.
You don't make somebody do anything. And if you're making a partner do something, that's not healthy.
Yeah. I would agree.
Um,
Okay.
So, yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
We
Next
good?
one.
Okay. Force them in
You know,
spaces where women might feel vulnerable is again just a very weird take.
yes. Hold on. So, TJ, totally. I totally get that, right? And so, if you don't feel comfortable, you don't need to go in there. But also, if you wanted to, people shouldn't say you can't because you make me uncomfortable, right? Like, totally respect you not feeling comfortable and not wanting to be, in it. So
Comparing like a
yeah.
retail store, like a public retail
Yeah.
store, to a like actual like queer, like quote unquote safe space, like a lesbian bar, is certainly something. Like your safe space should not be like a product of capitalism. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. So I feel like there's two issues in this one. Obviously, that one. But then also the fact that y'all can't leave your boyfriends for 15 minutes. It's like maybe they didn't want to force them to be apart when there's no need to force them to be apart.
And like, here's the thing. I have a boyfriend and I absolutely love spending time with him. But like, what if like it doesn't mean that you're attached at the hip if you go to the like if you go to the like what if you haven't seen him all day and then you go to the mall together?
Well, but like if he's like, oh hey, I want to pop in this store real quick and it's a place you're not interested in, you'd be like, oh cool, we meet up over
TJ,
here.
I like that. To be fair, I feel the same in Harbor Freight Tools. I'm not qualified to be there either.
Honestly, same, which is weird because I mean, I do feel a little out of place at like a Lowe's or a Home Depot, but somehow Harbor Freight is worse, and I don't know why.
Interesting.
I do feel highly uncomfortable in a Harbor Freight Tools. They're like generic discount tools, and somehow that feels worse. I don't know why. I'm like, yeah, I shouldn't be in here. I don't know what any of these things are.
I don't really know if there's like a store where I feel all that out of or like. Yeah, no, I don't know.
Any place I go like that because I feel like I'm being judged because I'm female and I can't possibly understand tools,
Yeah, which is.
But I do it anyway. But that feeling's just always in the back of my head,
Yeah, the comparison to a lesbian bar is wild.
Yeah, but like so, like, if you guys like went to the mall and he's like, oh, I want to look in this store real quick, and you're like, I'm not really interested in it, but I wanted to look at this place. Like, okay, cool, we'll meet up in like 15 minutes at this place.
Fine.
People are fine with that. There's a reason for you to split up. In this case, there's no real reason for you to split up for 15 minutes or whatever. And so you would be forcing them to go somewhere else. That's a totally different thing.
Brooks, do you agree with this other comment?
That's interesting. But like to me, I mean, I've only been in the Harbor Freight a few times.
I don't think I've ever been in a Harbor Freight in my life.
But they're not like name brand tools. They're all these like cheap generic things for the most part. I got there like I got a super cheap soldering iron there once because I just needed it for something little. And I was like, I'm not going to buy a fancy one. And then I've been there a couple other times for other random things, but it just seems like off-brand tools. So maybe it's because I don't know things that I don't understand that, but yeah, I don't know.
Do we have anything else to say about this tweet?
Yes, but the lesbian bar part. So, first of all, yeah, the comparison of a Victoria's Secret to a lesbian bar is insane. But also, why can't your boyfriend go to a lesbian bar?
Yeah.
I freaking love a gay bar. I'm not gay.
Yeah.
I will go to the gayest gay bar, the lesbianest of lesbian bars. I don't care. Like, Is it a cool place with cool booze and cool people? I'm there. Like, so yeah, I know. No, I don't know how to use it. I tried many times. I was trying to fix a keychain and
Mm.
it never soldered. I think I had the wrong kind of solder.
Oh
I'm always
dear.
trying to do things myself and reading, and then I just messed things up and I abandoned them. That keychain is still broken.
Oh
That was
dear.
like that was like 3 or 4 years ago.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't understand how soldering works. I did a lot of reading. It didn't help.
Oh
But
well.
yeah, like just this phrase, force them in spaces where women might feel vulnerable. Bitch, women feel vulnerable everywhere.
Yeah, there's that.
And second, you're not forcing him there. If he didn't want to go in there, he would just be like, "Hey, I don't want to go in there." And you should be like, "Cool, I'll meet up with you later."
Yeah.
So you're not forcing them there. It's not an exclusive place where women will feel vulnerable because they're vulnerable everywhere. And it is not the same thing as a lesbian bar. And even if it were, that's still fine because men can go to lesbian bars.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, now I'm done with this one.
So this one is very like
There's a lot to unpack in this one too.
It's very kind of like bioessentialist, and it's this like, like men can't be trusted. They always go out and cheat. Like they're always looking for.
This is
like,
offensive to men.
This is offensive to men, and like.
Well, you shouldn't. You shouldn't was the point. Like, honestly, I would never try to force a person to go into a place like that if they didn't want to.
Yeah.
Be like, cool, I'll just meet up with you in like 10, 15 minutes or whatever.
But yeah, the man will start staring at other women while they shop. Because, like, who picks up women in a Victoria's Secret, first of all?
Well, no, I don't think they mean it in terms of a pickup because they're saying these are people's boyfriends that are going in there with them, right? So they're saying that they're already taken, but they're going to leer at the other women because they can't possibly see other women outside of Victoria's Secret.
Yeah.
People are walking around in the bras and underwear that they're trying on.
Exactly.
Those are just regular ass people wearing regular clothing.
I have another tweet, or like another series of tweets. It's kind of like the finale of this PowerPoint that is like along these lines. So like we'll get into it. Don't worry. And also like the some couples use it as a foreplay thing, which is gross. Even if they did, no, it's not.
Don't judge other people's sex lives as long as it's between consenting adults.
Yeah.
Like, that's so judgy in a way that is unnecessary.
Feet are gross. But like,
yeah,
there are people who are into that, and that's fine.
Yeah, I don't get it, but you know, makes you happy. Cool. I just don't want to be a part of it or know about it, honestly, because I really hate feet. I have a thing like a thing against feet, but
like an anti-foot fetish.
But like, yeah, really, honestly. But it's not like people are walking in there and be like, just so everybody knows, we're here. Because
yeah, like how do you even know that like a particular couple is picking out lingerie for a woman to wear in like a sexual scenario?
Yeah, and honestly, like I don't understand.
I have been in a Victoria's Secret with my girlfriend, and unless these other women were 2 feet tall and on top of my shoes, I did not see them.
You know, I was gonna bring you up, TJ, because like the man will probably start staring at other women while they shop, and I'm like, I bet TJ is looking anywhere but at the other women. And seems that was correct.
But yeah, like you can't automatically tell that a particular couple is in Victoria's Secret for like the purpose of buying lingerie for a sexual scenario.
Yeah, right. So I'm going to ignore the she's right there. So there are 3 other sentences beside that. Mm-hmm. Probably start staring at other women. No, they can do that literally anywhere. They'd probably see those same women at other stores all throughout the mall. What's the difference with seeing them there versus seeing them at, you know, JCPenney or wherever you go? The second one, they're awfully weird when it comes to lingerie places. That's probably true for some people. But, you know, and then some couples use it as a foreplay thing, which is gross. How would you know if they were doing that? It's not. And secondly, It's not, and it's not your business, and it has no impact on you whatsoever.
Okay, next one. Because I think we're starting to get into the ones that like we haven't seen yet.
Okay.
A public undergarments shop is already a vulnerable place for so many young women, and the idea that men will look at them, which they 100% will, is uncomfortable. But these dimwit straight women would rather stick with their BF to the hip 24/7 and invalidate other girls' negative experiences. Girl, what?
I have so many thoughts colliding at once that I can't even form a sentence.
Like, what? You are thinking about other people and their perception of you, like whether or not those other people are men or women or whatever. You are thinking about other people and their perception of you way too much if you are uncomfortable purchasing underwear in public because somebody of the opposite gender, opposite sex, whatever, might see you.
I mean,
like, it's just underwear. It's just clothing.
There is literally, well, I mean, I shouldn't say this because I don't know every single place that exists in the world, but there is.
That's a bad sales pitch. They should recognize an opportunity to talk their product to whomever wants to purchase it.
I would honestly hype up every single person who tried on anything.
Absolutely.
If I worked there. And I'd be like, bitch, you look good. But there is, like, to the best of my knowledge, no store that you can go into to look at undergarments that is exclusive to one gender, like being allowed in that store. Anywhere you shop for bras and underwear or whatever, there's going to be people of all genders in that place. You buy underwear at friggin' Walmart, there's all kinds of people just walking around, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there is no store where you can buy undergarments where there is not going to be a mix of genders. Mm-hmm. And if you can't handle going to this place that, and first of all, Victoria's Secret is not about just your practical everyday underwear kind of stuff for the most part. People go there to get like the fancy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not comfortable being in a store to look at those things around other human beings, regardless of their gender, that's a bigger issue, I think.
Mm-hmm. I would absolutely agree.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of the more reasonable responses to this discourse that I saw across my Twitter timeline were along the lines of, you have, like, if you are feeling this way, you have an untreated anxiety disorder. Like, seek help.
Yeah. Shop somewhere else, shop online. But if you are having difficulties shopping around other people, regardless of the product and regardless of who those other people are, for the most part, that might be a bigger issue.
Mm-hmm.
Is it awkward? Sure. I mean, I still feel awkward at this point. Like, if I'm out shopping and I'm like, oh, I have to get some new bras, and I'm just carrying them around, and like an older dude looks at me, I'm like, this does feel a little weird. But
also, like, whatever, you know?
But at the same time, I'm not gonna be like, ew, there's a man looking at me while I'm holding a bra.
Like, yeah. Like, I think that's just, like, it reinforces this kind of, like, rigid, like, gender segregation.
Yeah. No,
that,
absolutely.
Like, ooh, a man can't possibly see me holding a bra because that's icky.
Yeah. Like, I feel like there is something about, like, society that has enforced this idea that we're supposed to be ashamed.
Yeah, it's very weird, and I don't like it.
Like, these people don't know that we wear these things, and somehow having them, it's like, oh, the mystique is gone.
Mm-hmm. Which I think is BS.
Yeah, no. So we got that. And then the idea that men will look at them, which they 100% will. Sure, they're in public.
You can perceive other people in public. That's allowed.
Yeah. And again, you're walking around in the underwear and bras that you're trying on. You're walking around in the same clothing that they could look at you wearing in any other public location.
And I specifically want to talk about these dimwit straight women because
that was the next bit.
It's Pride Month. And as a bisexual woman, I've been seeing a lot of biphobia on my timeline, which is awful. But there is a particular brand of, like, Twitter radical feminists who get away or who feel comfortable saying the most misogynistic things about other women because they put the phrase straight or bisexual in front of it because it's about straight or bisexual women, especially bisexual women with boyfriends. They feel so comfortable saying that like women who have had sex with men are like inherently like impure. It's awful.
Yeah, and somehow less feminist
Yeah.
because they like men.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, no, and I mean this is a kind of prejudice.
Absolutely.
Just because it's not against the typically victimized population doesn't make it any less prejudiced.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So stick with their boyfriend to the hip 24/7. Already addressed that. But invalidate other girls' negative experiences. So, first of all, what negative experiences have they had in Victoria's Secret? Second of all, how does a man simply being present in a retail establishment invalidate a person's experience?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I just don't get it.
I'm honestly very confused.
As am I. It's going to get more confusing, though. So, this is a quote tweet. The bigger text is responding. Twitter's formatting is a little weird if you're not used to it. The bigger text is responding to the smaller text.
Yeah.
This whole thing, again,
that's almost what I just said.
Secret a women-only space is so strange. Like, yes, women are allowed women-only spaces. Like, I'm not going to disagree with that statement if there's a period.
Yeah.
There are such places. Secret is not one of them.
Yeah, like there are gyms, for example, that only allow women for good reason. Cool.
And I think that should absolutely be a thing.
Yeah. And that's part of their business model. It's stated Victoria's Secret is a clothing store.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's a place to buy items. It is a place of commerce. It is not a safe space.
Yeah. Victoria's Secret is not your safe space. And like, I don't even shop at Victoria's Secret. I don't either. Like, stake in this game.
Yeah, no, I could not care less.
This is a lot. So,
oh my god.
Okay. Someone is quote tweeted the blue. Let's put it that way. The thing under the blue, I'm gonna read.
Where it starts. Okay.
So insane that you birds are in my comments justifying your boyfriend shoving his fingers up your pussy in the back of a Victoria's Secret because, quote, of course he gets horny thinking about me in lingerie, unquote, but cannot fathom young girls being uncomfortable with the possibility. And I think it finished with like of being stared at or something like that. And then there is a series of absolutely insane takes by this person who I have censored in gray. That is all the same person. And I'm just going to read all of these verbatim because they must be heard and seen to be believed, in my humble opinion. Partnered straight women don't seem to understand that they are the least interesting woman in that store, parentheses, in the world in general, TBH, for their boyfriend once they get together. Every conventionally attractive woman he didn't have yet is more interesting than you simply because she's something new. And we're going to get to all of these points, but let me just go through them all first.
But just that is so offensive to men, but just...
It's so offensive. Like, it's... Yeah. Again, like... Men, the socio-political class, are an oppressive class. However, men, like, people... are human beings, and I don't think you should talk about people that way.
No.
But I digress.
Are there men like that? Sure.
But let's continue. Yeah. Men see women as pretty things to collect and brag with. You are not his partner. You are an addition to his collection. That's why they cheat on the most beautiful women. Why they brag about body counts / the variety of women they dated / fucked. He is ogling in Victoria's Secret at other girls.
Go.
And then when
can I ask real quick?
Yes, you can.
Was there any indication of this person's gender?
I believe that this was a woman.
Okay.
And when this series of tweets that I have read so far started gaining traction,
funny. Yeah.
As far as I know, the gray is a female. Damn, this struck a nerve. I thought it was common sense, but anyway, I was just kidding, guys. Of course, each one of you is going to find one of the good ones, and you are all the exception to the rule. And then, when somebody jumped in, when the person I've censored in green jumped in with, "This is an insane take. I hope you know that. And I hope you know whoever has hurt you like this or whatever made you have such a stark perspective like this is not the general consensus. You can be happy in a straight relationship," which I thought was just an objective fact.
Sure.
But their response was, "Of course you can. You're happy, he's happy, and the girl he is cheating on you with is also happy." And not to be like the friend who's too woke or whatever, but this sort of like this like there's this horseshoe theory thing that happens when people get way too far, when people like tie their feminism to this kind of like biological determinism, I guess might be a term for it, where it's like, oh, like men are animals who can't control their impulses, so of course they have to be like kept separate from what, like, one, that absolves bad men of their responsibility for their actions.
Yep. Absolutely.
And two, that's just not fucking true.
I bet this person thinks this way because they have encountered many men who are like this in their lives. But I think the reason for that is they might be attracted to shitty men. Because that's the thing, right? Like people have a type.
Mm-hmm.
And I definitely have known people in my life who, you know, eventually did figure out the certain characteristics in men that they were attracted to that tended to go along with these very shitty characteristics.
Mm-hmm.
And they started to realize, I can't go for men that have this kind of, you know, aspect to them, even if I like that. And then they actually found people that treated them well. Right. So I think this is somebody who is attracted to the wrong kind of men, is around the wrong kind of men, and then just extrapolates from this anecdotal evidence to say this is what all men are like.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So I very much believe this person has been harmed by at least one, if not multiple men who are garbage, and just then assumes that everybody is like that. And there can't possibly be anybody out there who isn't like that, because that is not their experience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this one was just nuts.
Yeah. So very, very much offensive to men, assuming they are all like that. They, of course, are not.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But did you... TJ, you're killing me.
The great tweeter Milani. Who's to say, TJ?
Did you see his comment earlier up there?
The White House should have been women only. You're so right, King.
So true. Yeah.
And this is an example where kind of like clearer heads did respond to some of the BS. Somebody tweeted, if men go into Victoria's Secret, it's to go with their ladies so they can watch them get undressed in the changing room. To which the purple censored individual responded, I think you guys are severely overestimating the changing room situation at Victoria's Secret.
They've clearly never been in a Victoria's Secret,
mm-hmm.
let alone the changing room area.
Yeah. Like, because have you been
first of all,
in a store, period? Do you know how small changing rooms are?
I was gonna say, yeah, first of all, they're really small. Second of all, there is an employee there at all times, and they are not going to let two people go into a fitting room like that.
Yeah.
It's just not going to happen. They would get in trouble. They might lose their job if they allowed that to happen.
Absolutely.
It's not. I have been in those fitting rooms. I have tried on items. You have just enough room to maneuver your arms to try on clothing.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. And there's just like a little narrow hallway, so you can't even like stand outside of the fitting room because then people can't get through.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
Yeah, like you literally just made up a scenario and got mad about it.
Yeah, these are people, I would guess, like 85% of these people have never set foot in a Victoria's Secret.
I would be willing to believe that, honestly.
I have been there. I have tried on clothing. I have purchased clothing there. Yeah. I ended up never wearing it because it was like, why did I think I liked this? This is horribly uncomfortable.
Sometimes it'd be like that.
Yeah.
And here's the kind of conclusion to this whole discourse. Complete non-issue. Wrap it up.
Yeah.
So this has been the Victoria's Secret discourse. Thank you all for enjoying this PowerPoint with me and sharing your opinions.
Do we
have anything else to
35 minutes on that?
I thought it might take a while, but I put other questions in the document just in case.
Yeah, I'm feeling a bit fired up, I guess, because I think it's all the itching. Honestly, again, I haven't slept properly in almost 2 weeks because of the itching, and so
I
I'm just
am so sorry.
so.
That is
But
terrible.
that's why I'm just a little extra, out there. I think.
Hmm. But yeah, I think that people need to go outside and touch grass and interact with other humans.
Yeah, I think so much of this would be addressed if people would just let go of these very rigid gender norms
Hmm.
that they have been socialized into and
Absolutely.
realize there is no, it's not like lingerie grows on special trees that only women can pick it from. Like, it's, this is nothing that is, it's not part of nature, right?
Hmm.
It is fabric that was woven and then cut and sewn into certain patterns. And we're like, but that's only if you have this specific kind of genitalia.
Yeah,
Like,
very weird.
do you realize how ridiculous, if you really break it down and
Hmm.
think about,
Absolutely.
and that's not to dismiss like the cultural significance of gender, right? And like
Hmm.
to know that it does matter and it is important, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, you gotta be more flexible and like think beyond, you know, maybe just think critically about all the things you've been taught your whole life,
Hmm.
I guess is the,
Absolutely. And again,
yeah, think
like
about
I
whether they
think
really make sense.
people go so far, like again, they go so far that they like come back around into
Mm-hmm.
like reinforcing very
Yeah.
rigid like separation of the genders.
Which I think there's somehow an idea that like it, instead of just being, it's more like instead of just being on the defensive, you're going on the offensive.
Hmm.
And somehow that makes you like a stronger feminist or whatever the thing is.
Yeah. Do we want to try and squeeze in another one of the questions that I have for tonight, or do we want to go right into the worsening? Because frankly, I've got a couple things.
Well, can I ask my quick one that is very much
Yes,
inspired by my current
absolutely.
situation? I just realized both cats are sleeping behind me.
Aw.
I didn't even see Luna over there. Yep, they're both asleep. Um,
Here. I'm going to
because
type in a banner for this as you say it. Unless it's
this
not like
because
a
I
simple question.
oh no, it's very simple. That's why I was like it might only take like a minute. Because I was actually having this argument a little bit earlier with somebody. Would you rather be in pain or itching? Which is worse?
Okay. That is honestly a really good question. That I am.
Because obviously, my opinion on it is probably pretty obvious right now.
Itching really does suck. Like it's very uncomfortable. Cause like
Well, yeah.
and I don't know, maybe this is like gonna bring biology into this. Like biology and can like social norms, I guess, but like women in particular, or like for the most part, like cis women are
Mm-hmm.
kind of conditioned to be okay with being uncomfortable with like the way that like periods are treated, for example, because like you're gonna be uncomfortable if you like have regular cycles at least
Yeah.
for at least a week once a month. And unfortunately, like I don't think it should be this way. I think every person with a uterus should get a week off every month, no questions asked, but that's just me. um so like women are kind of forced to be okay with being uncomfortable from like a pretty young age. So
Yeah.
like answering this as a woman probably like, or like answering this with my experiences as a woman is probably like coloring my answer to a degree. But like I'd rather be in pain, I guess. Cause like it's something I've dealt with. Like, yeah, I have to go to work when I have cramps.
Yeah.
Like I'm used to it.
Yeah. Well, I definitely like in a lot of families, mine included, there's sometimes like even just a walk it off mentality of
Hmm.
like, oh, you're fine, just work through whatever, right? And you just kind of like push through.
And like, I don't
But I
know.
mean, yeah, because I feel like, at least with pain, I feel like it's easier to just be able to take pain medication. And there's not really a good equivalent um, for itching. Because, like, Benadryl exists, for example,
Yeah.
but that'll just knock you out cold.
Yeah, no.
It's not like ibuprofen. And actually, they gave me a prescription antihistamine that in higher doses is used as an anti-anxiety medication and can just like supposedly just knock you out.
Huh.
It does nothing to me.
Fascinating.
Nothing. It doesn't help with the itching. It doesn't even make me sleepy. It doesn't make sense. It defies science.
Good to know. And I don't know, with like itching, like especially because you know you shouldn't do it. Like if you're like uncomfortable, there's kind of a just like, okay, well, like this is what it is. I either just sort of sit with it or I take ibuprofen or whatever. But with itching,
Mhm.
like if it's like it's so easy to try and do something about it and you
Yes.
shouldn't.
Well, yeah, right. And that's the thing with pain, you're not constantly holding yourself back from doing something that's going to make it worse.
Yes, exactly.
Right. Like right now, I just want to crawl out of my own skin.
Oh
Like I
yeah.
am so itchy. It's
Mhm.
all at my arms and legs, particularly my legs, because that's where the bugs bit me mostly. But it's spread all over the place now. Just arms and legs, but like even places I'm pretty sure I didn't have bug bites before. It's been a long
Yeah, you
time
can
since
see
this has
it.
happened and it's not spread like this in the past. But and then it's embarrassing too. Because I'm like, I swear I'm not contagious. My immune system is just an idiot.
Mhm. Yeah, so honestly, I think I would
Yeah.
rather be like in pain.
Yeah, because I honestly think it's easier to treat pain. And yeah, I think we're more used to like dealing with it, especially yeah, and yeah, if you have to grow up as a woman. Um, and then like I have all these things that I do now. I'm not even scratching the actual spots. I'm scratching next to them. So psychologically, I feel like I'm doing something.
Oh yeah, it's like when
Because
your
this,
tattoo is itchy.
yeah, this has been almost 2 weeks.
I'm so sorry.
I'm like petting my just petting my own legs because I
Oh
can't
no.
scratch them. I must look like an idiot out in public doing these things. But yeah, so like generally, if all the spots on me that are insanely itchy at the moment instead were like achy, or I had like my muscles were really sore or something, oh my god, I would take that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, that's a pretty fair assessment in my humble opinion.
Yeah, because I've tried, man, I soaked in like colloidal oatmeal. I've tried like everything. I'm constantly using ice packs to help reduce inflammation. That doesn't help at all.
Oh no.
Oh my god, the itching. I can't take it.
I'm so very sorry.
This is it. I feel like this is a fairly short one, but it is one of those things that when I was talking about it earlier, the person didn't necessarily agree with me. I think I did win her over to my side
Hmm.
um, by pointing out some of those things. Like, at least when you have pain, you're not constantly fighting your own urges.
Yeah.
That's the main one. So, yeah. But
Okay.
I think we're in agreement on this. I love that once you have the banner up, my name disappears and you can see Looney.
Oh my god, wait. That's so funny. I didn't even notice that.
Yep. Because she's
Okay.
partially covered when her name's around them.
Let us get into the worsening for the evening.
Yeah.
Begin the meditation.
You are without doubt the worst pirate I've ever heard of.
Listen, cue ball, you're only making it worse.
Thanks, that even makes it worse.
It's worse than you know.
It usually is.
I think that's the worst thing I've ever heard.
That's the worst goodbye I've ever heard. And you stole it from a movie.
How marvelous.
All right, Bessie, what do you got for me? How are you worse this week, other than being covered in hives?
First, I want to say I agree with you, TJ. If we're talking dental pain, I would take the itching over the dental pain.
Fair.
Tooth pain is the worst, so I do agree with that. So, man, what are all the things? All the usual things. Continuing to play Fallout 76, really progressing in the current season. I got my
Yay.
glowing dog already. Continuing to build I started building my new tiny house, which is a garden loft.
Mhm.
I finally it's been a year since I bought it. I started using my resin kit. I made this coaster.
Yay! That's so fun.
So, yeah, I started with something relatively easy with these chameleon flakes, but I didn't know they have a mind of their own. It gets everywhere. It's like the static. It just flies. It doesn't matter what you do. So that was really fun. I also learned what not to do with resin. My hands were coated in it.
Oh no.
And so thankfully I have, the Amazon Echoes because my hands were covered. I was like, I'm not going to say her name because she'll hear me, the lady. I'm like, how do you get resin off your hands? Because I couldn't touch anything. And she was like, oh yeah, you use olive oil, cover your hands and let it soak and then wash them I'm like, that didn't help. What else you got? Oh my God. Ended up using a whole bunch of 100% pure acetone nail polish remover. Just eventually got it off there. But learned a lot about what not to do. But I don't know, this technically doesn't count as worsening material, but there's something that I was gifted today that I think you're going to lose your mind over.
Which is?
And I thought this was the best opportunity. So my friend, you know who I'm talking about. I'm just not saying her name.
That's fair.
Because I don't know if she would like that. But so my friend just got back from the big Star Trek convention in Long Island. She goes every single year. And, she goes to she goes to Star Trek Cruise every year, Star Trek Vegas every year, like all the big ones, knows all these Star Trek people and knows a lot of people that run these because she's there every year. So I'm trying to think of the way to tell this is going to provide the most impact. She's the person I went to the zoo with today. And so when she came and met me here, she had something with her. And it was a Build-A-Bear box. And I thought,
was it the Mothman?
Oh no, believe me when I tell you, you cannot possibly guess where this is going.
Okay.
You 100% have no idea because my mind could not comprehend.
Wait, I'm going to guess one more thing. Is it a tardigrade?
Sorry. No.
Okay. Nope. I got nothing.
Yeah, no. Again, believe me, it's not even about what the item was. It was from Build-A-Bear. So, oh man, if they had a Borg Build-A-Bear, I would lose my shit. I would be there in an instant.
That'd be pretty cool.
I have it sitting here next to me. So, Jeffrey Combs was at this Star Trek convention.
That's my boy, Herbert West.
Yes.
And also many people in Star Trek.
Yes. Because, yeah, he does a lot of the Star Trek cons because he's played, like, more characters. Build a Borg.
There we go.
He's played, like,
here.
I think more Star Trek characters than any other person. Most known for playing, like, Shran and Wayoon and anyway. So there were some really big fans of his that were at the convention, and they brought him a custom Build-A-Bear.
Incredible.
That they had purchased and then accessorized to look like Herbert West.
Fuck yeah.
To gift to him.
However,
unfortunately, Jeffrey Combs could not actually take it with him for whatever reason. He wasn't able to bring it to wherever he was going next. So what he decided to do was sign it and then auction it off. They were doing this auction for charity. However, some things got confused and misplaced, and at the end of the whole convention, there were a few items that were supposed to be auctioned off that never got auctioned off, and they were just kind of like free to a good home.
You do not have a Build-A-Bear signed by fucking Herbert West.
Let me fix its glasses here.
Shut up. That is the coolest. Is that an axolotl?
This is, I'm assuming it was from Halloween. Yes, it is an axolotl with one eye. It is wearing a lab coat. As you can see here, it's wearing a little reanimator button with a quote from People magazine that says, as movies about severed heads living independent lives go, this is the greatest of all time.
Absolutely it is.
If you squeeze its hand, it does quotes from the movie.
Fuck off.
Recorded it on there, like personally recorded it on there. These glasses, obviously, they added.
Incredible.
And yes, this heart, which is signed by Jeffrey Combs.
That's amazing.
Now, it came with a birth certificate. Now, this is the part that breaks my heart a little bit because these fans put so much time into this.
Oh my
This
God.
was a gift for Jeffrey Combs. So they have all these like quotes and notes on it. They wrote this like nice note on the back of it. I haven't read it.
Aw, that's so
I'm like,
sweet.
I kind of want to mail him this certificate because I don't like that I have that, you know? But it also came with severed foot
Love it.
and little coffee for some reason.
Aw.
Oop, I just hit my microphone. That was probably loud. And a little step back.
I love that.
So I now have this custom Build-A-Bear. It's supposed to be Herbert West, signed by Jeffrey Combs. This
That
little heart
is
himself.
oh my God, look at Ellie.
Oh, hey, lady.
Hey, princess.
I tried to feed both Noodles today, and they are both going into shed, and I had to throw their mice away.
She actually peeled herself successfully this past week.
Patchy Queen, good job.
Patchy Queen. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah. Can you believe this?
That's the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen.
When I said you would not guess where this was going,
No,
did you think it
never
was
in a
going to be
million
a custom
years.
axolotl Build-A-Bear signed by Jeffrey Combs?
Nope. Nope.
Yeah, and it kills me that I didn't even think about. And then there's the box that they put these illustrations on them here themselves.
That's amazing.
We got the cat there and Jeffrey Combs. It's not just I got something in there rattling around. We don't know what it was. I think it was just a random piece of garbage. But also like Shran
Amazing.
from Star Trek. So they've got like all these different characters that he's done in different things that they drew on
love
there.
It.
He was apparently did like an Edgar Allan Poe thing, so they had like Edgar Allan Poe
Yes.
stuff. And
It was for it was like some horror anthology series on maybe it was like HBO or some shit.
oh, actually, now that you say that, I think I know what that is. Yeah, so like it does break my heart a little bit that they put so much work into this.
Mm-hmm.
But my friend had said that I should really ask her if she's fine with me saying her name on the podcast, so I can quit doing this. But I never thought about it. But she had said that when they were trying to figure out what to do with this stuff from the auction, some friend of hers was like, "Oh, that's kind of cool. I'll take it." But he's never even seen the movie, and he was like. He said to her, he's like, "Oh, well, you love Jeffrey Combs. Do you want it?" She's like, "Well, I haven't seen it either, but I know somebody." And how sweet is it, though? She only did carry-on. And so figuring out how to pack this and the box in her carry-on and get it back here, she was telling me, like, she had to get real creative.
Oh, I believe it.
To make it fit. And I was like, that's so nice of you. So she's like, I already have his autograph. She's met him a bunch of times.
Mm-hmm. Actually, the fact that like this has come up reminds me of like when I met Jeffrey Combs at Silver Scream Con. I gave him a keychain and a cross stitch that I had made, and he was like, "Oh my God, like these are like the perfect size. Like sometimes people will give you something giant and you can't take it with you." And I was exactly. And that just reminded me of that.
In this case, it did benefit me, but yeah, I feel, especially when I look at this birth certificate, I feel really bad that like the time they put into it. But I have no way of knowing who these people are either. If I wanted to like send it back to them or so especially that I feel bad about.
I mean, who's to say he didn't like take it out and look at it all?
Jenna I just said her name.
Oops.
I was so careful that whole time.
Cat's out of the bag.
And then I was just talking. Again, I don't know that she actually cares. I just try not to say people's names unless, they've explicitly said they're fine with it. But she said that she thinks he didn't even see it because as soon as he saw it, he was just kind of like, "Oh, there's no way I'm going to be able to bring that,"
That's
and
so sad.
he was like, "Oh, but what we could do is I'll sign it and we can, put it in the charity auction." So I don't think he even necessarily got to look at everything, which is which is why I'd love to be able to just send that to him. But like, how do you mail a thing to Jeffrey Combs?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Would he even want it? I don't know. So But yeah, isn't that wild?
That's
It's not really making me
incredible.
worse per se, but like that's a thing
That's
I have
awesome.
now. Yeah.
I love it.
That just happened this morning. So I'm still just like, this is real.
That's
This is a thing that is
crazy.
actually in my home.
I absolutely love that.
Yeah, one of a kind.
Very nice. So that is kind of a good jumping off point because, as I said in my worsening last week, my reanimator hyperfixation is sinking its claws into me once again. I'm probably going to wind up watching the movie again this weekend with Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
I think I also talked about this last week, but like I have multiple copies of that movie, and one of them is a like German, I think, release of the movie that has something that's called the integral cut that has a bunch of scenes that were chopped for time. Including like a subplot about like Dr. Hill having like hypnosis abilities and shit like that. So
yeah. I do remember reading about that.
One of the things that Kyle and I got this past Christmas was a region-free Blu-ray player where you can play like A, B, and C region discs. Yeah. So now that we have that, we can finally watch the integral cut. So we're probably going to wind up doing that this weekend. So that's the way that I'm worse.
Nice.
I continue to both read and write Reanimator fan fiction. But here are some other ways that I've gotten worse within the past week that I think are kind of fun. For whatever reason in our household, we've started watching the Jackass movies.
That is bizarre.
Yeah, I had never seen any Jackass media prior to like a week ago.
Oh.
And when I told Kyle this, he was like, and I think this just highlights the fact that like Kyle was raised by like Gen Xers and I was raised by like boomers. Like again, my father is fucking old. And they were like, oh yeah, like, you know, Jackass was one of those movies that like our dad showed us and we were probably too young for it because Shannon lives with us too. Yeah, like our dad showed it to us and we were like too young for it. And as I'm watching this, I'm just like, my father would not find this funny, like at all. Like not even a little bit.
Huh. Yeah, that's not something I would ever expect you to watch or necessarily enjoy.
Here's the thing.
You enjoy them?
I kind of do. I
mean, I used to watch the series when it was first on.
I genuinely
I was in like high school.
Like watch some episodes of the series because it's on Paramount Plus. I'm glad that someone was out there doing this shit for science.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense. Like,
yeah.
I'm glad someone found out what happens if you climb to the top of a like 40-foot pine and then have somebody chop it down.
Yeah.
Like, I'm glad it was me doing it.
As somebody who also likes to do things just to see what happens.
I respect it. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Like, just seeing what happens. And also, like, I did kind of grow up. You remember America's Funniest Home Videos back when, like, Bob Saget and shit still hosted it, and Tom Bergeron. I did grow up on that, so like people falling down is always funny to me.
Mm-hmm.
And like
we used to watch it every week when it came out.
Pretty much that, just dialed up to 11.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the show was really big, and so we did watch it like every week. And then when the first movie came out, I saw that in theaters.
Nice.
But then I think it kind of tapered off after that, and I haven't really watched it since.
Yeah.
I don't remember when the movie came out, the first one.
I think we stopped halfway through the third Jackass movie just because it was getting late.
Yeah.
So I've been watching those, and I've honestly kind of been having fun with it.
That was the same era as like Punk'd and Tom Green.
I know what Punk'd is. I don't know what Tom Green is or who that is.
Tom Green is a person. The Tom Green Show. This is the Tom Green Show. It's not the Green Tom Show. This is my favorite show because it's the Tom Green Show. No.
I nothing between.
He's one of those people who had like, he was super popular for like a minute.
Real flash in the pan.
Like, yeah, for like maybe like 4 or 5 years, he was like a huge deal.
Mm-hmm.
And then he just dropped off, and I'm not sure what happened. He did this movie called Freddy Got Fingered. It's
that I know the title.
It's the only movie he ever did, to the best of my knowledge. He was married to Drew Barrymore. I forgot about that.
I was none the wiser.
See, TJ knows who I'm talking about. It's one of those things where I thought he was hilarious at the time, and it's like, I wonder if I would still think that. Probably not as much now. Also, there was a Gary Busey show called I'm with Busey. I gotta see if I can watch that somewhere. Oh my god, no, it was incredible. We looked for, like, every single week we would like count down to the I'm with Busey episode.
Sure.
He did play a sausage organ. You are correct, TJ.
Oh, that's not like a euphemism?
No, he had an organ, and the keys were hooked up. They had these strings that were attached to sausages that were floating in midair. So when he would press the keys, the sausages would move.
Incredible.
And he was saying, "Daddy, would you like some sausages?"
Sure.
God, there's nothing you can say about Tom Green that doesn't sound entirely unhinged. He did a whole thing where he would just put his bum on things, and he made a song about it.
Why not?
Which I do sometimes randomly quote because his bum was on the Swedish. Yeah, anyway, this is very specific to people who
Never played it in a Victoria's Secret.
I'm sure not. I wonder where he is.
You'll have to do a deep dive tonight.
He very famously, I think it was testicular cancer and had to get, yeah.
Oh, geez.
He had some sort of surgical procedure, like, live on air. Oh, yeah, I have to remind myself of some of these things. He is a figure. He is Canadian, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't even remember how I got on Tom Green like that. Oh, because we were talking about Jackass.
Yeah.
Same
so I've also been getting way back into theater, like musical theater. I started listening to like new Broadway soundtracks while I'm at work. I also listened to my favorite Broadway soundtrack of all time for the first time in ages, and dear God, that shit slaps.
Is it Great Comet?
It's Great Comet. It is Natasha Pierre and the Great Comet of 1812. That is the greatest musical that has ever been put to stage, in my humble opinion. And in like one day at work, the guy who wrote Great Comet has written, I think, let's see, Prelude, which I did not listen to, but I listened to Octet. I listened to Ghost Quartet. That was all on the same day at work. I need to listen to Preludes again. And I found out that he did another musical in 2025 called Three Houses that I haven't listened to yet, so I'm going to be doing that tomorrow. I listened to Ride the Cyclone, which is a musical about a roller coaster disaster in like Saskatchewan. Where like a roller coaster like flew off the tracks at the top of a loop and like killed a bunch of people. I have opinions on Patti LuPone. I think she is one of the greatest voices to ever grace the stage, but God, that woman is an insufferable diva. And like on the one hand, I get it, because I once saw a tweet that was like, if that sound ever came out of my throat, I too would not have an ounce of humility in my body. So like, there's that.
Sure.
But I listened to Operation Mincemeat, which is on Broadway right now and has been getting rave reviews. And I gotta say, like, it was good, but so many people are like, "Oh my God, this is the best musical I've ever seen." Like, it's getting those kind of reviews, and I was kind of like, "Really?" Yeah, I don't know. It was fun. I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good, but like, I wouldn't go much further than that.
Well, you just listened to the music, right?
Yeah.
You didn't see like a. So maybe there's
something
like about the
amazing.
Story.
Yeah, maybe there's like amazing dance sequences and like comedy bits that I'm just not getting because I'm listening to the soundtrack.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But yeah, I've been getting back into theater in a big way.
I just suddenly remembered ways that I'm worse that I forgot to mention. They're related.
Oh, please share. Because that's it for me.
I'm going to Nickel City Comic Con this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to see Sean Astin there.
Nice.
And there's going to be like a little Buffy the Vampire Slayer reunion. So like James Marsters and forget a few other people are going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
but I've been noticed, like, I kind of made it a priority because I was at Niagara Falls Comic Con a few weeks ago. I'm like, there are some things I see that just keep popping up that I'm not familiar with, so I'm gonna try to figure out what those are about. I watched K-pop Demon Hunters
How was that?
because I keep seeing that everywhere. Um, I thought aspects of it were very weird, and of course, I'm not opposed to things being weird.
Mhm.
But it felt weird in a way that was not enjoyable in some
Interesting.
respects. But the animation style was really cool and really different. I
Mhm.
did enjoy that. And some of the music was really enjoyable, actually. Not all of
Alright.
it, but some of it was really catchy. So, and then I watched, have you seen or heard of The Amazing Digital Circus?
I only know the Amazing Digital Circus via like seeing posts about the fandom being like insufferable.
Oh, interesting. Because I'm not chronically online. I know nothing about the fandom.
I mean, I know like almost nothing about it either. I like couldn't tell you how true or not true that actually is. Um but I know that it exists. I know that it's like the finale movie is coming out soon.
There's going to be a movie?
Or like there's something that's like airing in theaters as like a special event.
Oh, interesting. I'll have to look into that because I can't imagine unless it's like, well, because it's a 9 episode, like essentially mini series. So I could see maybe them editing it into a movie version because you could
Isn't
easily
that
do
good?
that, I think. But that's what I was gonna say. You should watch it.
Okay.
That is something that is super weird, but in a way that it is bizarre as hell.
Okay.
Like the basic premise is this woman puts on like a headset of some kind, it's never really explained, and then wakes up in this digital world as this like digital avatar and is trying to figure out how to get home, but is forced to participate in these adventures every day.
Okay.
And she's with several other humans that have also been kind of forced into this world and can't get out, and they're all like in these, circus versions of themselves. And there is a ringmaster named Kane who is just a giant mouth with 2 eyeballs.
Why not?
And he is unhinged as hell.
I like
love
it.
him. Yeah, so I mean, it's a quick watch because again, 9 episodes. The 9th one is essentially a double episode, I guess. So I would really call it almost more like 10, 25-minute episodes ish. So it's pretty quick to watch, but it's so weird.
Okay.
Which I really love the self-reference where at some point there's like something going on and somebody is like, this is so weird and it doesn't make sense. And then the response was, well, but you're still watching, aren't you? I was like, they're talking about us. So I've been essentially trying to catch up on things that I know are popular, because I keep seeing them at cons and I just want to understand what they are, And so I at least knocked those 2 out because those are pretty quick and easy ones. But
Well,
I
that's
almost
fun.
bought a Digital Circus t-shirt today because they have them at Five Below.
Sure, why not?
I can't remember why I didn't. Because it was like the women's fit because it clearly
hate
went in
that.
at the sides, and I was like, that's not what I want on a t-shirt,
I hate that.
But that reminded me, I was going to tell you. Apparently, they sell Yu-Gi-Oh cards at Five Below.
Fuck off.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
Below.
Yeah, I didn't see them in the store, but like I had checked out, and I was waiting on my friend who was checking out, and I saw behind a counter they had boxes full of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and I'm like, that like it was like overstock or something that they were going to put out.
Don't mind if I do.
Yeah, so I thought I'd mention that to you. I almost forgot. But
Good
that's
to
why
know.
So yeah, now I know what those things are, and I will honestly never buy anything related to K-pop Demon Hunters. I mean, it was enjoyable to watch, but but Digital Circus, maybe.
Okay. I will put that on my list of things to check out. Okay.
Did you ever start watching Berserk?
No, we're also going to get on
Okay.
that.
Okay, I didn't know if you mentioning seeing the shirt was an indication that you had. Just wanted
No,
to check.
not yet. Okay, let's see. What have we got coming up? There is no Defen this week on Friday. I believe Regrettable Reviews is going to be on this coming Tuesday. I'm not sure what movie they're talking about, though. We've got the stream tomorrow. We're talking about the movie Your Name, which we were going to talk about last week, but then we both had power issues.
There were so many down trees, by the way.
Oh
And
my God,
there
I
were
know,
people
that storm was
around here who
crazy.
didn't have power for like 4 or 5 days.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we only had the power go out for a couple hours at my house, but even then I was like, let's not.
Mm-hmm.
So we are going to talk about that, and then our final stream for what was intended to be like a specific anime movie month. Now it is just a month's worth of anime movies. So it's going to be Your Name tomorrow, and the next week it's going to be Interstellar 5555, which
Yeah.
I am very
So-
excited to watch that one. I think it's going to be a fun time. But
We'll pretend it's still June.
yes, we'll pretend. So that's what's
June
coming
lie.
up. In the immediate future, we've still got our deal going on with the Bull and Bee. You can go to thebullandbee.com and use code MONSTERMEAD at checkout for $5 off your online mead order. And then in August, we have got our 250th episode coming up on August 4th. It's not going to be on a Wednesday. It's going to be on the Tuesday before. But the guest for that is going to be Johannes Eckerstrom, and I'm really looking forward to it. I have been scouring the internet for nothing but the best of questions. So hopefully that goes well. Other than that, I think it's business as usual for us and pretty much the rest of the network.
Yeah.
All right. Unless you have anything else to say.
No?
Don't know why I asked. As always, thank you for fighting with us, friends. We appreciate each and every single one of you, and we will be back again next week for more fights. We will see you then. Adios, everybody.
This week's episode of the Fighting with Friends podcast was hosted by Bridget Kelly and Dr. Sarah Brooks. You can find other episodes of the podcast on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your other favorite listening platform. Catch us live on Twitch every Wednesday and Thursday. You can subscribe to our Twitch channel to watch our live broadcast without ads, or donate to our Patreon for ad-free access to our entire library of past episodes and streams, as well as fun bonus content. Fighting with Friends is a member of the Eclectic Cult Media Network. Check out the links in the description for more episodes from us and from all of the shows on the network. Thanks for listening.